Welcome back, this is Igolan. On the screen there you'll notice the beautiful Dasha, and she's introducing us to World of Warships Update 0.5.12. And actually, in this World of Warships video series, we are going back in time. I'm starting with clips from the client 5.12.1. In this match I'll be sailing the Blyskawica, one of my favorite destroyers in the game. She has 6 guns in 3 turrets, which gives her an awesome rapid fire ability. The torpedo range of 8 kilometers is just at the bare edge of her detectability, and if you play this ship right, she can be an excellent torpedo boat. As you'll see though, that's not how I play her. So as in most games, the first couple minutes are deciding which way to go. I always like to go towards the cap I spawn near when I'm in a destroyer, so I'll be heading towards C. I noticed another Blyskawica in game, so I give the guy a quick tip of the hat. Now, if I get any support at C, I can go very aggressive through the cap, but it doesn't look like very many people spawned on my side, and although they will be supporting, I'm not going to fully commit to the cap. I spot the first ship, and we start to get an idea of where their team is going to lay out, and that's when I decide right about here, I'm going to just skirt the edge of the cap, feather my throttle a little bit, and see how it plays out. If anybody ends up coming in the cap with me, I can turn towards, or if nope, there's the whole rest of the team. Nobody else is coming this way. We have a moment while I'm trying to decide which way to go here, whether it be west or south, to meet up with my team, try and take B if we're pushing into there. Anyway, this match is kind of embarrassing for me. I do pretty well in it, and at the time I was feeling pretty good about the way I handled myself in this match, but there'll be a moment later and you'll see it. I'll go over it from a couple angles, as a matter of fact, but there's a real danger in this game that if you find yourself getting tunnel visioned, that you're going to make a mistake. You won't keep your eyes on the map, you'll lose technical awareness, crash into one of your own teammates, or simply find yourself way out in front. If you get yourself out of position in this game, it can take multiple minutes to get back into the right spot. So, noticing that my team seems to be headed directly south, I'm going to try and keep out front to spot for them. There was a destroyer heading back in our direction, as you may have noticed a moment ago, and I'll be keeping an eye on him between these two islands here. But I really have no idea why my teammates are swinging so far out. There was never any danger, really, of anyone being on this side. We have air support way out in front now, and they haven't spotted anybody. Their entire team went left. I expected to see their destroyer over here, and now that I've spotted this frigate, I'm going to take some shots at him. At the time, I think they were tearing up the ranked battles, and for good reason. He must have been expecting a destroyer on this side too, and you'll see why in a moment. He's popped smoke because there's no way he wants a piece of me. I keep my... yep, there they are, torpedoes. More torpedoes. He's using too wide a spread though. I'm keeping my guns aimed towards the smoke just in case I get a glimpse at him, and I'm going to run full speed in his general direction. I really should have turned towards this Minikaze, or at least shot at him a little bit more than I do here, but I can see that my team is kind of focused on him. But he's the only one keeping me spotted for this frigate. And I don't know why I slowed down so much here. I mean, I think I was trying to avoid any incoming torpedoes he might have had, but my team ends up sinking him right there, so he's not my problem anymore. For a few moments I'll worry about torpedoes, but when I don't see him incoming, I turned to use this smoke that the frigate had dropped for me. Very kind of him. Anyway, since my guns are turned in this direction, I'll put some shots into the Scharnhorst. And I'm back up nearly to full speed, trying to get into that smoke before it begins to dissipate, but American smoke lasts a long time, so I drop out of detection and I can keep firing without worrying about being spotted now. So that's what I'll do. I'm losing my 2 rear guns here by flipping back and forth so often, but the guns do turn pretty fast on Blyskawica. So I've noticed this guy backing up, and if he's just stupid enough, maybe he'll run into some of these torpedoes. I don't really expect any of them to hit, but if he's in reverse, then I'm going to take advantage of that. And once again we see the frigate is launching far too wide a spread in my general direction. I mean, I was very lucky to have stopped in the smoke, and the one torpedo that did come close was within a couple meters, but all the other torpedoes are just way too far off. Now I'm still gonna be firing at the Scharnhorst here. For some reason I wasn't leading the frigate well enough, but now I expect more torpedoes to find home, and so I'm just gonna ignore him. I'm not worried about being detected here because, yep, battleship goes down and the frigate is obviously running away. Now, if he hadn't been panicking quite so much, and if he had laid off of his guns, maybe he could have dropped out of detection here, but any destroyer that's running away from you is going to be acting in an unpredictable manner. And he didn't lay off his guns for quite long enough. He stayed spotted just long enough between me and the rest of my teammates. He's going down. I'm just shooting at him because he's the only one in range. And now that he's down, I can kind of take stock on the map. I've been tunnel visioned for far too long, and when I notice how close my teammates are here, I'm gonna slow down and turn and drop smoke for them. Now, because I'm turning around to drop this smoke, one of the problems that I might run into is the fact that I'm going to be killing vision for the team at the same time. If I drop back behind the forces that are leading the charge, then there's no way that we're going to be able to keep those ships spotted. Luckily for us, the group to the north has got pretty much everybody in spotting range, so my teammates will be able to enjoy the safety of that smoke screen, and I can get into better positions since I'm currently not detected. Just at that moment, I notice a destroyer coming around the edge of the island. It's very hard to get a read on what kind of lead you need to give this guy because it's all happening too fast at this point. I get a couple shots out there, and I'm finally able to dial in the lead that I need to get shots on target, and he's going to get sunk rather quickly. But we can see my behavior in this game thus far, and especially on that last guy. I am deeply into tunnel vision. I'm focusing all my attention to the northwest, and we've got the other Blyskawica. He's another big threat, so I need to get as many shots as possible in his direction. He's dodging wildly, as a destroyer should be, so I can't really figure out which way he's going. And I should have noticed it here, but I don't, because really my focus is all on the Blyskawica, and that's when it bites me in the ass. So let's take a look at that from another angle here. We've gone back about 30 seconds in time to see where I began the turn here, and as I'm completely focused on the Blyskawica, I'm just firing and firing, putting shots in his general direction, and the teammate that I should have noticed is right over there. He starts a turn. I'm dodging a little bit, but he's pretty much sailing in a straight line. he's about to get set on fire here, which I didn't know at the time and is no excuse, but it's the forward two guns that have no problem. The rear two guns just clip the edge of his model, and he's toast. That is embarrassing. So, I was tunnel visioning the whole game, and I really paid the price there. You know how, no matter how little damage you do to a teammate, any damage is unacceptable. And I do end up turning pink after this match for doing that to him. I can't even remember the last time I turned pink, and one of the big reasons for that is before I started playing again, maybe 4 weeks before this, I had not played World of Warships in about 6 months, maybe more. So the last time I turned pink was when I was exclusively in Tier 4. I've got ships that go all the way up to Tier 7 now, so it's been a long time coming since I was so bad at the game, and more than likely it was torpedoes that caused me to be a team killer previously. Anyway, this kind of blows my mental state for the rest of the match. I'm not really thinking as aggressively or as tactically sound as I normally would in a game like this. You can see right away, instead of moving forward to try and get torpedoes on this Cleveland, I'm lagging back. I'm at 1/4 throttle, about to shoot some torpedoes at this Cleveland, and if I had actually looked at the map, I would have noticed he's turning away. There's no way he's going to get anywhere near my torpedoes. But now I'm detected, so I might as well start shooting at him. There are a couple other ships in range, but the Cleveland has a pretty good rate of fire, and what the hell, I mean, he is the closest. I have other teammates shooting at him, and focus fire is always a good idea. Speaking of other teammates, there are 2 damn good ships. Oh, saw the Blyskawica real quick, thought maybe I could get some shots over that island while I was still targeting him. There he is again. And the Atlanta and the Scharnhorst up here are gonna be just pouring fire onto this guy with me because he has run aground. The last thing you want to do when you do not have smoke available is become stationary and keep firing your guns. If he would have stopped shooting, maybe he would have become undetected. Now, the entire rest of their team, no one has a shot at me, so I'm just dead stopped pouring fire on this Blyskawica. And by God, that Atlanta's a flamethrower. He was just at a dead stop too. I mean, we're a couple of bastards over here. Now, we can't stop playing yet. The score is 790 to 380. And there's a couple ships still out there, so we're not going to win on points for a good long time here. Unless we get a couple more sunk, and then the game will be over quick. So I'll drop smoke. I have it available. And what the hell, the Texas is right there. No way Scharnhorst is going to be able to turn fast enough to run into my torpedoes, so I can fire behind him. And just as force of habit, I turn away from the battle in a destroyer when I realize, oh, wait, where did that island come from? Now, luckily for me, the entire enemy team is firing at other juicier targets, which somebody finally realizes their mistake and starts putting shots into me. I mean, one of the best things about Blyskawica is the acceleration and maneuverability. I only had to back up about half a ship's length to get free of that island, and then going from full reverse to full throttle only took about 2 seconds. So the Scharnhorst that I start looking at here has got secondaries, main guns, everything's pointed at me, everything's firing at me, so I start firing back. But that's when he makes a mistake. This seems to be a secondary theme of this match. He turns away and runs himself ashore, and it's a good try for him, not forgetting that the Scharnhorst has torpedoes that he could have launched in my direction. but I had been dodging. I'm not stupid. I know that they're there, so when they zip behind me, I'm really not surprised. Now, everybody's shooting at this guy, and there's not going to be a lot of targets left for the rest of this match. So, really, I look around a little bit, and because I know he's going to have to back up in a battleship, that's not an easy task. Now, if I fire when I'm directly behind him, all my torpedoes are just going to pass to the left and right. So I wait until I get just past him, still remembering to fire my guns when they're available, and then I'll put all my torpedoes in the water. And there's only one target left in range after that. So let's consider for a moment that, becoming tunnel visioned is always going to be a detriment to your team. And it didn't affect us. We got the win on this one. But when you're not paying attention to all of your surroundings in this game, it's going to get you into trouble. Now, this match is notable for two reasons. It's the first time I had turned pink since I had come back into the game, and it's the match that led me into my best game in Warships of all time. That will be the next video up, so thank you for watching.